The latest adult animated sitcom is Hulu's Koala Man. This is streaming all 8 episodes right now. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It, and welcome to another TV review. This one for Hulu's Koala Man. This is streaming right now. It is an adult animated superhero sitcom, and it is actually the last of the Justin Roiland productions. He was, I think, one of the co-creators of Rick and Morty. He voiced Rick and Morty on that series, but he's been embroiled in some sexual assault charges, so he sort of has been axed from a lot of his programs. So this is going to be pretty much his last thing, at least for now. I don't know if we'll see him again later, but in any event, this is streaming on Hulu right now. All 8 episodes are up. We'll get into it here in just a second. But first, I want to welcome you into Dan Reviews It. Thank you for finding my video. We've got lots of great TV and movie stuff on the channel here for you to peruse. Please consider subscribing down below. Would love to have you aboard in that capacity. Let's talk about this show. It takes place in an alternate universe called Bush World. And for whatever reason, the sinking of the Titanic never happened, and that results in America effectively being destroyed, except for Hollywood, which has become an island unto itself, and Australia is now the world's superpower, and Nicole Kidman is the queen of the world, basically. So that's sort of the overarching world building, but there is a superhero element to this as well, and Michael Cusack, who is the creator of this, and I think he wrote a lot of the episodes, he is the Koala Man. His real world identity is Kevin. He is a father and IT expert, but he moonlights as this caped crusader. He voices a few other people in the series, including Nicole Kidman herself. Sarah Snook is playing Kevin's wife. And Hugh Jackman guest stars in one episode. Alexander Daddario, Jermaine Clement, Hugo Weaving. A lot of the famous Aussies out there are involved in this in some way. So this has a lot of the sensibilities of many of the adult animated series out there. The superfluous cursing for no reason because, oh, we're on a streamer and we can do it, which, I don't ever... I can't say I never get into it, and there are shows that I like that have that, but it's like, we got it, you're on Hulu, you can say whatever you want, so you can be more ribald than Family Guy or South Park or whatever, but you also need some good jokes to back it up, some good characters, and some good storylines. And there have definitely been some examples where that has really, really worked. And I think this is another one. I actually really enjoyed this series. And if you know me, I'm not a Rick and Morty fan. I've actually not seen more than like one episode, but the fandom of Rick and Morty it just turns me right off. And so I never really got into it. But the people behind Rick and Morty have created some shows that I really do enjoy, including Hulu's own Solar Opposites, which Roiland also co-created and was a big part of. But there is something about the Australian sensibilities that I really, really align with. Sometimes British humor, I think, is a little bit hit or miss, especially like some of the old classics. Like Monty Python, I think, has its moments. But, everybody that's like, oh my God, Monty Python, it's the best sketch show that's ever been. I don't find that to be true for me. But Australian shows, I don't know, the humor there, the sensibilities, it definitely aligns with things that I'm into. Some of my, favorite sort of short-lived comedy shows that have come from Australia are, Summer Heights High, which turned into a few other spin-offs from that. There's been a few on the roster. Auntie Donna's Funhouse, which was on Netflix, which is a sketch show that came from Australia. The sense of humor really, really hits me, and this is a great example of this. Not only are the jokes good, but I really like the whole premise of this being, kind of a superhero themed thing. And they are sort of poking fun a little bit at a lot of those superhero tropes, not quite necessarily in like a Deadpool type of way, but definitely, so the hidden identity kind of thing, and some of the different insecurities that the superheroes have and stuff. They sort of poke in line with those. And then the family dynamic is really fun as well. In terms of the animation itself, it's okay. I don't think we're necessarily reinventing the wheel here, but At the same time, we don't have to, right? This is a streaming animated adult show. There's only, two or three different types of looks basically that they can have. I think this is more in line with sort of a Family Guy type of sensibility. A little sharper maybe in the line designs and stuff like that, just to make it look a little more modern, I guess. When you think about Family Guy, it started over 20 years ago originally, but so yeah, the animation's fine, it's serviceable, but the voice acting, the humor involved here, I think really hits for the most part. I watched 3 of the 8 episodes, and it's a lot of fun. The whole sort of world building of Australia being a superpower. I don't think that's maybe something we've seen before. We've seen a lot of alternate history type of things, but I'm not sure if Australia is ever coming out the dominant world leader in those scenarios. So it's kind of interesting to kind of take that bent. Although I don't know that it even needs it. Like we haven't, at least in the 3 episodes I watched, there hasn't been an episode yet that is specifically like about that. It's more just about Koala Man himself and, trying to fight crime and do all of the things that the superheroes do. So I'm not sure if we necessarily even needed that component of it, but maybe in future episodes it will come into play a little more. It certainly is an interesting wrinkle, but maybe superfluous. I'm not sure. But for the most part, I enjoyed this show. I'm going to leave Koala Man with a B+. I think there are a few times when they go too much for the cursing and the blue comedy, but not nearly as much as some other shows that I could mention, sort of in this vein of like, oh, we can be on a streamer, let's be naughty. There's a few pockets of that, but not nearly as much as some other shows that I've reviewed and watched in the past. So, all right, that will do it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time with another TV or movie review on Dan Reviews It. Bye.